welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today you guys, I'm coming at you with another scary video. So you guys know that a couple of months ago, I did the Three Kings and Red Door Yellow Door ritual. Today you guys, I'm coming at you with one that is even more terrifying, which is the 7 Deadly Sins ritual. So you guys, I had no idea that the 7 Deadly Sins was actually a ritual. I simply thought it was just 7 sins that you shouldn't do. It wasn't until I hopped on TikTok that I found out it was an actual ritual. I decided, why not come on here and share it with you guys. So, a couple things I want to play before we get into this video. First off, you guys are probably thinking what sort of inspired me to start making these like scary videos, and I actually do have an inspiration. So you guys, the person that inspired me is Haley Reese. Haley Reese is an amazing YouTuber, you guys. She has so many scary paranormal videos, paranormal games. She also talks about her personal experience, and her movies are based on true stories. So I love her girly videos, are absolutely the best. Make sure to go check out her channel, you guys, because she does so many amazing videos. Also, another thing is that this video is a lot scarier than my last. So if you guys don't feel comfortable, again, feel free to click off. This one also deals obviously with the 7 Deadly Sins. If you don't feel comfortable talking about that, again, feel free to click off. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on notification, make thumbs up. Also comment down below if you want more scary games or rituals that I should talk about, or even if you want me to dive into horror movies that are based on true stories. So now, let's get to it. So guys, first things first is I'm going to tell you what the 7 Deadly Sins are, for those of you who don't know, and then we're going to get into the ritual. So, the 7 Deadly Sins are envy, greed, wrath, sloth, I hope I said that right, pride, gluttony, and lust. So you guys, envy is basically a jealousy towards others' happiness. So, you're jealous towards that person because either they achieved something you didn't, or you're jealous that they have happiness. So that's basically what envy is, being jealous of others' achievements or others' happiness, pretty much. Greed is the desire for material objects, so like money, diamonds, gold. So basically just having this type of like desire for material things and not like, you know, like it's basically loving material objects. That's what greed is. Wrath is an uncontrolled feeling of hatred towards others. So you have this strong hate towards other people. It's kind of like a feeling of hate that you can't control, and you have it towards other people. That's what wrath is. Sloth is a lack of laziness or effort. So you're lying in bed all day, you don't want to get out, you're lazy, you don't want to put effort into anything. That's what sloth is. Pride is being too happy of your achievements. So it's not a bad thing to be happy that you achieved something. Like if you got a 90 on a test, it's not bad to be happy about that. But it's being too happy about your achievements. So there's getting a good grade or being happy with something and keeping it to yourself, or there's something that we call bragging. So say for example, you got a 90, somebody else got an 80, you'd be like bragging, you'd be like, oh look, like I got a 90, you got an 80. So you're basically too happy with your achievements and you're putting others down for not achieving the same thing that you achieved. That's what pride is, so being too happy with your achievements. Gluttony is to exceed, especially by overeating. So you're just exceeding the level of eating. So to exceed by overeating. That's basically what gluttony is. Lust, let's just say lust is loving somebody to an extent that isn't okay, or loving somebody to an extent where it doesn't become okay. I'm not going to say the actual meaning because I don't want to say that on my channel. If you guys want to know the actual just like blunt straight up meaning, feel free to search it up, but I'm just going to say loving somebody to an extent that isn't okay. But now, let's get into the actual ritual. So you guys, again, I found this ritual on Reddit, and all it says is Ritual of the 7 Sins. So, let's get into it. Have you ever been hurt by someone that you thought you could trust? Ever wish that if you could have seen it coming, that if only you would have seen them for the person they truly were, the evil soul that they were? Well, there is a way. Now, before you say anything, no, this is not some sort of blood sacrifice to the Lord of the Underworld. The devil has no such desire for killing of a random creature, and if he did, don't you think he would merely do it himself? However, I would recommend that you should perform this ritual in fear that if anything goes wrong, I'll leave it to your imagination as to what horrors you'll unleash upon yourself. Instead, I advise you stop reading and never come back. Okay, we're going to continue. But if you are truly serious, as you must be if you have brought to listen up to this point, there is a way. You will need the following items. A container of salt. Any stuff will do, just make sure you have enough of it. You will require a match or a lighter, a large sheet of paper and a pencil, which you will need to draw. Don't worry, you won't need to memorize any symbols or Latin words. And finally, most important, an item of great sentimental value to you. Okay. Now for the ritual itself. It is best if you can find a place alone, although not not mandatory. But then again, if you don't want a family member walking in on you to doing what must appear to them as some insane ritual of a cult, then yeah, you may want to avoid doing it somewhere where people might walk in, or somewhere where you can be undisturbed. You should ideally get there at 11:30 p.m. and make sure that you are bearing no religious icons. I give it great honor to call it a creature, but it's the only word I can think of, as it was something that you'd see in your nightmares, or not even in your worst nightmares. Okay, so basically it's a creature that you see in your nightmares, but you wouldn't even see in your worst nightmares. Okay, anyway, let's continue. But best case scenario is that doesn't appear. Worst case scenario is that they'll find your unalived remains splattered all over the walls. No religious icons can be with you, such as a crucifix or a Star of David. So apparently, the worst case scenario is that this thing that you're calling whatever it is doesn't show up, and so the best case scenario is that doesn't show up. Worst case scenario is that they're gonna find you, and also no religious icon whatsoever. So no crucifix, no Star of David, no any type of religious icons can be around, or you can't be wearing anything. Okay, let's continue. Next, you must pour the salt in a circle large enough for a person to comfortably stand in. Make sure it's a complete circle. Any breaks could provoke the evil to escape. Okay. Then take the pencil and write a name on a piece of paper and place it in the circle. Now light the flame and hold it in your left hand, and hold your object of sentimental value in your right. As the clock approaches midnight, repeat the following phrase. Okay, I'm not going to read the full phrase, but I'll read the ending. So it says, like, after you say the first little bit, then you're supposed to say the name that you wrote on the paper, and then, to thy I offer a gift of friendship. So, like, after you say the first little bit, you're supposed to say the name, and then, to thy I offer a gift of friendship. Okay? Place the object in the circle. Place the object in the circle as your gift in the circle. Then wait until the clock strikes midnight and blow out your candle so that darkness consumes you. Count to 13 and then quietly relight the candle. Okay. If all has gone to plan, there should be a person standing in the circle in front of you. Don't worry, they wouldn't dare to hurt you for whatever reason, for whatever they would do to you would be inflicted tenfold upon them. You wouldn't feel entirely right either. You would feel a sense of pure wrongness, and your instincts would scream that this thing does not belong in the world. That is just scary. Okay. You will feel icy cold and unable to move, and it should be unable to hear much over the drumming of your own heart. Then the person will introduce themselves as the name you wrote on the paper, and they will accept your generous gift, and that they wish to repay you. Politely nod and say that is not necessary, until they say, "Oh, but I insist." You will feel dizzy and fall asleep, only to find yourself in a strange maze when you awaken. It will be overly golden roots snaking out across the path, and that sense of wrongness will hang over you like a heavy fog. Now the real test begins. Okay. Stay calm and follow the path until you reach a chamber of sorts. Inside, you will find a grand feast laid out before you, including all your favorite foods and drinks. People will be singing merrily and will insist that you come and join them. No matter how mouth-watering it smells, don't take a single bite. The moment you do, a nagging, aching hunger will fall upon you. No matter how much you eat and eat, you will never be able to shake the feeling of hunger, and you shall be stuck in an endless cycle of gluttony. Until the weight of the food is too much and you will burst under the weight of all that food. Okay, so the first test is gluttony. And, I mean, that seems pretty legit. Like, gluttony is succeed by overeating, like you mentioned. So, I mean, I kind of understand why that would be the test for the first door. But let's continue. Walking to the next chamber, you will discover no people, but instead vast treasures trove. Everything from jewels that would make those of a Queen of England seem like a child dress-up set, and gold statues, all the way to the latest in advanced technology, from the newest and fastest cars to the latest computer. Don't even think about touching it. It's what he wants you to do. The moment you deliberately touch anything, even a single penny, you will feel your arm go numb and heavy. With horror, you will have just enough time to realize what is happening before your body turns to solid gold. Another lure for the next greedy soul to enter the room. Okay, so the second test is greed. After what we read, I'm guessing that's what it is. And okay, that seems terrifying. Okay, next one. Assuming you made it into the third chamber, you should feel an incredible worry for no seemingly apparent reason. I advise you to get out of there as quickly as possible. No matter how comfy it would be to simply close your eyes for a second, it is the worst thing you can do. You will feel like your muscles weigh like a ton and may even hear a soft, gentle lullaby in the wind. But to fall asleep here would be never awake again from your dreamless sleep. Don't get me wrong, you wouldn't be dead, but neither would you truly be alive. You would be falling endlessly in a black void until the ends of time and heavens fall. So I'm guessing this one is sloth. Just falling asleep, not waking up, lack of laziness and effort. Okay. The fourth room. The fourth room will almost spare a bar from a few people. The moment you enter, they will start snickering and jeering at you. They will do things that you personally find insulting. They will poke you with sharp objects, call you names, and tell you how worthless they think you are. Just block them out and walk on out of that room. To their anger will be forever locked in that moment and inflamed on your emotions, unable to feel anything but raw hatred until you are a little more than a savage beast with instincts to rip and tear. So I'm guessing this one is wrath. People are poking you with sharp objects, calling you names, like pointing, laughing at you, and tell you how worthless you are. And apparently if you give in to this, you won't be able to feel anything but hatred or anger for the rest of your life, pretty much. Okay. No sooner than later you have entered the fifth area that will be your comfort, and a vast crowd of adoring fans all screaming your name. People will come to you in every way and movement and beg you to tell them how you escaped the previous rooms. Nations will practically bow to you, and armies will march at your slightest command. Anything you create, no matter how badly made or written, will be amazing to your fans. As easy as it is to fall into a sense of security, I advise you that you move along as soon as possible. The longer one stays, the more they will begin to suspect that not everything is as it seems. They will see a knife under every cloak and in every shadow until their once great pride has reduced them to nothingness but a shivering wreck of paranoia and madness. Oh my god. So this room is pride. Okay, wait. So this room is pride, and pretty much that, like, the longer you stay in this room or chamber, the longer nothing will seem as it is. Okay. That's just creepy. Okay, let's continue. The next room should resemble a bed chamber with the smell of perfume heavy in the air. Okay, so this one is lust. I'm not going to read it fully just because I don't want to read it fully, but I'm going to make a summary. If you guys want to know, like, the full thing of it says, it's on Reddit, but pretty much it's going to be a chamber or a room with a bed in it. There's going to be a man and a woman. And like I said, lust is loving somebody to an extent that isn't okay. So I think you guys can think what goes down. But let's just say you must politely disagree if they ask you anything and do nothing to provoke them in any way, shape, or form. Okay, if you give in to your lust or indeed give any such sign, that they will keep you there for eternity as a play toy and do tortures that not even the most horrible human mind could imagine. Okay. Finally, you will find yourself in an empty room. Standing in front of you will be the figure from before. Although the sense of wrongness should feel greater, they will stand before two doors with a smile unnaturally wide. They will congratulate you and ask you which gift you wish to receive. The first will be through a door on the left. This will send you back to a time when before you committed the ritual. You would have no knowledge of what happened and would be promised a life of blissful ignorance, so much that no one will be able to hurt you. Do not walk through this door. He wants you to. He is counting on you of every possible gift of blessing. Choose that door and you will have blissful ignorance, for you shall no longer have a soul of intelligence reduced to little more than nothing. So the first word is life of ignorance. So pretty much you won't be able to choose anything for yourself anymore. Like, anything that you want to choose, or anything that, like, you won't be able to make decisions for yourself anymore. That's pretty much what it's saying. Okay. Once you have walked through the door on the right, you should wake up in an empty room, and yet you will feel strange from that day forth. You will be able to smell a lie even before it is spoken. You will be able to tell a person's goals by that glance. However, this is also a curse, for never again will you be able to look at your loved ones the same way again, for fear of discovering their true nature. There is a reason some people choose to stay on the edge of their social friend group. And if you pay attention, you would see us for what we have been through, and no fear. Because for us who have experienced true evil, nothing is hidden. And that is the end of the ritual. So, I couldn't find any experiences. I don't know if I just didn't look hard enough, or if nobody actually did this, but this ritual is just crazy. Like, I'm even scared after reading that. So, there is a prize for winning this game. Like, you receive a prize for completing this ritual. Although, I feel that just to get to that prize, you're putting so much at risk. Like, you have to go through 7 deadly sins, and you have to complete them, and every room has a consequence. If you're to give into gluttony, or lust, or pride, or greed, or envy, or wrath, if you're to give it into, or sloth, if you're to give it to any one of those sins, it's almost as if you'll be trapped in there forever. And even pride, the thing that I find creepy about that room is, like, sure, you're gonna feel like people love you and they're cheering you and everything, but you also have, like, this sense that, like, I feel like creepy that the longer you stay, you feel like nothing is normal, and you're gonna see, like, knives under, like, the cloaks that they're wearing. It just doesn't seem like a normal room. Also, gluttony and greed. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't believe the gluttony and greed one. Again, that's just my personal opinion. I'm not forcing you guys to believe. That's just my personal opinion. But I just feel it's hard to believe it. But again, it is a paranormal ritual. So again, I don't know anything about if it's real or not. But I just feel that this ritual is really dangerous. Like, okay, the Three Kings ritual is still dangerous. So is Red Door, Yellow Door. But at least, like, you can make it out of those rituals alive. I feel like this one you have 50% chance. Because a lot of people might think, I just can't give in to the sins, but easier said than done. Like, you might think, yeah, I can't give in to any of the sins because it's going to, like, keep me trapped there. But think about it this way, like, no matter how hard you think, also the rooms have, like, this type of power. Like, for example, sloth, you guys know, you're gonna feel sleepy. Like, you're gonna feel like your eyes are heavy and, like, your muscles are just weighing a ton, and it's just scary. Like, I'm being completely honest with you guys right now. I don't think I'd be able to survive any of those rooms. But yet again, this is scary. Also, the fact that you can't wear any religious symbols, like, it basically affects the ritual if you are wearing any religious symbols. So I just find that scary. But yeah, comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this ritual, and if you would ever try this ritual. But that's it for today's video, and honestly, you guys, my opinion on this is just, I can't even. Like, this ritual just seems straight up wrong, and seems like anything that you were to do in this ritual will just end up badly. I don't know, this ritual is terrifying, it's scary, and in other words, it's not as easy as it seems. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, to go through the 7 deadly sins, just reading them seems impossible, and yet again, actually going through a ritual like that just seems even more impossible. Like I said, there's a 50% chance of you surviving, but it's scary that you can't wear any religious symbols, and in this, you're basically offering a friendship to the devil, or that's what it said in the ritual. There's, like, a figure standing in front of you that doesn't look human, and your instincts are going to tell you that this thing does not belong in our world. It's scary. I don't know, honestly, and this ritual just seems like something nobody would do. Like, I'm telling you, if somebody's to do this, you must have crazy, like, guts to be able to do something like this, because I'm telling you right now, I would never do something like this. And not like I would play any paranormal game, but this one specifically, it just seems like straight up wrong, and it seems like, I don't know, honestly, this ritual is just terrifying. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm honestly lost for words. Like, the Three Kings, Red Door, Yellow Door, I felt that I had a bit more to say on why I think it's bad, but this one is just terrible. Like, I actually have no words to say. I don't even know what to say about this anymore. It's just terrifying, scary, and nobody in the right mind would do this. Or at least, personally, me, I don't think anybody in the right mind would do this. But let me know what you guys think about this ritual in the comment section down below. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!